Good evening, guys. Say good evening, folks. It's your bro, Richie here again. Uh, Tonight in this video is now part two on International Race of Drivers. I believe so. Part two on IROC, International Race of Champions. Sorry, International Race of Champions. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. 11:30. Yeah, I'm still up. God. After this, I'll just head to sleep. Alright, so, without any further ado, let's continue on from there. Let's continue on from where I left off to. So next part is drivers. So the drivers invited were from a broad range of racing racing disciplines. IndyCar, IndyCar, NASCAR. So IndyCar, NASCAR. So IndyCar, NASCAR. Sports car racing. Sports car racing, and on occasion, sprint car racing. Criteria for invitations very loose. So criteria for invitations very loose. So criteria for invitations very loose. So criteria for invitations very loose. But typically consisted of consisted of but typically consisted of recent season championships of the respective respect respective series, and individual winners of big events like Indy, Daytona, etc. It was occasionally rumored that a top it was occasionally rumored that a top NHRA top NHRA uh, drag racer would be both invited and compete, but none ever did, due to its fundamental stock car formula, and majority of racing majority of racing being contested on ovals, so on oval tracks. The series was often dominated by NASCAR NASCAR participants. NASCAR participants. So NASCAR participants. So NASCAR participants. So participants. NASCAR participants, which was the major criticism of the series. also in the small field of about also in a small field of about a dozen cars, the share of NASCAR NASCAR invitees grew over time from just three three drivers, three drivers, three drivers in the three drivers in the first season. In the first three drivers in the first season to seven in the final season. So to seven in the final season. So to seven in the final season. The last final non NASCAR, final non NASCAR based. So the last non NASCAR based. So non NASCAR based champion. So the last non NASCAR based champion of the series was Al Unser Jr. in 19 was Al Unser Jr. So Al Unser Jr. in Al Unser Jr. in 1980. So Al Unser Jr. in 1988. Although open wheel car drivers had numerous successes as of 2005, the year I was born, drivers from road racing had only won two races in the history of IROC. Last part, and I'll end it there. Almost. In some years, no sports car drivers competed. So Al Unser Jr. His full name was Alfred Unser Jr., nicknamed Little Al to distinguish him from his father, Al Unser. Is an American former race car driver, known primarily for his championship car career. He won two kart championships and is a two-time winner of the Indy 500. CART stands for Championship Auto Racing Teams. He was born April 19th, 1962, age 63, from Albuquerque in New Mexico. So in some years, no sports car drivers competed. Alright, so that'll be it for tonight. So for my next video will be about car identification. Say car identification. So for my next video will be about car identification. So car identification, or car ID for short. Alright, so that'll be it. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Good night.